Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium in Vancouver 2014. I have with me Alex Molyneux of Azarga Uranium. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is PWE on the TSX. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you. Let's get right into it. Tell me about Azarga.
Azarga is a new company that's just been formed as a merger between PowerTech Uranium and another company called Azarga Resources. So PowerTech was listed on the main board of the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's being renamed Azarga Uranium Corp, and it currently, on a pro forma basis for the merger, it's got a $35 million market cap, uranium assets in the United States, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkey.
Well, you're in all the right spots. I mean, so let's talk about uranium for a minute and what Azarga's resource is, and if you can go into some of the size and the availability.
So our total resource base is around about 30 million pounds spread across the different assets. Our main project is a project called Dewey Burdock in South Dakota. It has 11 million pounds measured and indicated. It's one of a very rare project in that it's recently received a Nuclear Regulatory Commission license, and so it's going through the very late stages of licensing and is a project that can be producing uranium quite soon.
Well, I would think that with such, I know sometimes it's considered a glut, but I think that ultimately the United States in particular would want to have a resource local to them that they don't have to get from another country offshore. So what is the importance of that to your offtake situation?
Well, we have not done any offtake yet, so we're coming up to a period where we need to start to look at that as we complete the permitting process. The United States uses roughly 50 million pounds a year of uranium. Only 4.2 million pounds were produced domestically last year. So our project will, when it's running at full tilt, just that Dewey Burdock project will produce 1 million pounds a year. So it's obviously a very valuable product for the US market.
So you're on the radar, are you?
Well, yeah, certainly. It's it's the very next uranium project that will be coming into production in the United States.
So you don't even need to look outside of the United States, technically speaking, to have your customer. You're in the United States. That's dramatically different from what's going on right now.
Well, yes and no. I mean, uranium is a global market, so the global market basically sets the price. The price in America is the same as it is everywhere else. The beauty is that you can work with local customers. In the United States, the kind of customers that buy your uranium are well-known investment-grade brand names like Duke Energy, Tennessee Valley Authority. These are the customers that you can execute long-term contracts with.
Now, what's your background?
I've been in the minerals business for 15 years. I was a metals and mining investment banker for 10 years. Then I was the CEO of South Gobi Resources, which was at one stage the biggest publicly listed coal company on the TSX. And then 2 years ago, I started this uranium business.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to ask you. What made you step out of being a banker to go in on the firing line of being a CEO? Or chairman, actually. Are you chairman or CEO?
Yes, I'm chairman,
okay.
Chairman of the company. I obviously spent a lot of time learning about what was going on in the sector and advising clients on what they should be doing with their strategy. And it was Robert Friedland, who was one of my clients and people that I did a lot of work with, that invited me to come over to the client side of the business, and
also known as the dark side, right?
The dark side, and South Gobi Resources, the coal company that I was CEO of, was Ivanhoe Mines group company. So Ivanhoe Mines at the time owned 53% of the stock, and was part of that group. So that gave me training wheels for working in the industry.
Why are you at Sprott?
Well, we're at Sprott because we think that it's a very tightly defined conference. The attendees are all people who are real investors, very, very focused on the minerals sector. So you can go to a lot of conferences where you interact with people who sort of have more of a broader interest. Whereas here, this is you can have some really good interactions with people, and it's one of the better conferences to go to.
So, Alex, let me ask you, in the course of business, are you an exploration company, a developer, producer of uranium?
We're a project developer. So we've got 2 projects that already have feasibility studies on them. One that's obviously at the very last stages of permitting and going into the phase where it will be built. And then we do have some exploration as well in addition to that.
Now, when you look forward, where do you see the company in 15 and 16?
Well, our first production year for our Dewey Burdock project in South Dakota will be 2016. So we have publicly stated that previously. So 15 and 16 are the transition years for us from developer into producer. So that's probably the biggest upcoming change for us.
Now, for more information, where would you want me to send our investor audience to? You have a website?
Yes. Now, our current website is the PowerTech website. So it's www.powertechuranium.com. It will change when the company name change becomes official to azargauranium.com. So, but in the meantime, the PowerTech website.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the job now is to find the company's website, and I'll leave that up to you. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex Molyneux of Azarga Uranium. The publicly traded symbol today is PWE on the main TSX exchange, Toronto Stock Exchange. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, Vancouver 2014. Alex,
Thanks very much.
Thanks for coming.
Yep. Thanks, Shelley. Thanks.